Hey guys, today's video is going to be my October favorites video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Emily. If you like beauty related content, then I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. There will be a giveaway for a high-end eyeshadow palette going live on my channel once I hit 100 subscribers. So make sure you click that button so you don't miss out on that awesome giveaway. And without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with a beauty tool that I have been loving this month. This is a brush I received in a BoxyCharm a few months ago. This is the Royal & Langnickel Moda Pro brush. This is BMX 130 pointed blush brush. I actually love the shape of this brush for bronzer, and if I'm going to do like a really diffused contoured look. The shape reminds me of the Real Techniques blush brush, which I use in the same way. This shape just fits perfectly in the hollows of your cheeks if you're looking for that diffused look, and also works great along the temples. I always feel like I'm having a good bronzer day when I use a brush this shape. It doesn't fluff out so much that it kind of travels down too low, in my opinion. It just keeps the product right where you want it, and the bristles are super soft. I apologize, mine is dirty. I did use it today, but this has been a definite favorite this month. Next, I have a pressed pigment trio. I mentioned this in my September favorites as a product to pull out of your collection for the upcoming months, as a bit of a reminder, because we did receive this in BoxyCharm in March, which I don't think it was really the best choice for a March BoxyCharm. I think this would have been better either as an August or September item to receive, but that's just my opinion. But it was kind of a reminder for you and for myself as well to pull this out of your collection and get some use out of it. I used this a ton over the last month. This is what the shades look like. They are so beautiful and pigmented. I have incorporated pretty much one of these colors almost every day I've done my makeup this month. The pigment on these is incredible. That is just lightly touching the shadows. Out of the three, the purple is the least pigmented, but is still stunning. There is a swatch on my hand. I am in love with this palette. I'm definitely still going to get some use out of it in November, but I feel like September, October time was definitely the time to pull this out. If you are American, I feel like these would be great Thanksgiving type colors coming up in November. In Canada, our Thanksgiving is the beginning of October, and I definitely used one of these during that time. Next is a blush I tried this month. I hauled this forever ago, and then every time I looked at it, it just wasn't calling to me, so it just stayed in my drawer of makeup to be tested until this month. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Plum Rose. And to just look at it in the pan, it doesn't look like anything special. It looks very neutral. It looks like there's hardly any color to it at all, which is why I ended up loving this. It has that same butter bronzer smell that you're used to. It smells like a pina colada and sunscreen. Like, it smells like vacation, which everyone talks about, and I do love the scent of these products. This has a bit of a luminous finish. I have it on my cheeks today combined with another blush, but I use this more as a blush topper today. It just gives a really healthy look to the skin, and since I have been using these bold colors on my eyes for most of the month, I did want a really neutral blush to finish off a look without things getting too crazy. I have it swatched on this finger here. As you can see, it is nothing special in the pan, and I just swatched it very heavily on my hand there, so you can see it's a very pale color. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of use out of that blush this coming winter. When I am a little bit more fair than I am now, I'm still pretty pale, but I will get even more pale as the colder months wear on. And the shade of that blush combined with its luminous, healthy finish, I think is going to be great this winter. The last actual makeup product I wanted to talk about today is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have mine in Soft Ivory, which I feel like is a really good shade match for me. It definitely is warm toned. It's the light warm shade in the line, but it is not overly yellow. I'm having a hard time finding the perfect shade for me in things like Estee Lauder Double Wear, because the neutral I find to pull a little bit pink on my skin, and then the warm shades are like actually yellow, and I feel like that's really not a natural color for me to use, even though I do have warm undertones. Wet n Wild got it right in my opinion. This foundation has taken me a while to play around with and see what makes this work best for me. For me, I love mixing this with something with lighter coverage or lighter feel, such as my CoverGirl Clean Matte BB. That's what I have on my skin today. I'm like a 50-50 mixture of the two of those. This product tends to look quite cakey on my skin, even if I'm using a hydrating primer and a good moisturizer, stuff like that. I just can't seem to get this to look great on my texture unless I mix it with something lighter, but then I end up sacrificing a little bit of the coverage. I feel like if you have oily skin, you would like this a lot more. I do have super disgustingly oily skin in the summer, but since the cooler months have come around, I'm getting back into like a normal to dry area with my skin. So maybe I'll have to test this out more next summer, but I feel like that's a little silly. But right now I'm mixing it with something lighter and it's been working great. On to some of the more random bits. I have this LUSH Rose Argan Body Conditioner. I believe I got this for Christmas and I just never used it. It's still good. It doesn't expire until the middle of January, but I pulled this out. I'm trying really hard to actually moisturize my body and go through the ridiculous amount of body lotion and body butters I have seemed to accumulate. And I thought I would try this because I was feeling particularly lazy and tired this day. To use this, you use your regular body wash your whole body, and then while you're still in the shower, apply this all over your skin as you would a body lotion. I usually let it sink in for a few minutes and then rinse it off just as you would any other shower product, and it really does leave your skin feeling super moisturized. I love the scent of this. It says it has exotic ingredients like argan oil, cocoa butter, and I don't even know how to pronounce that. It just smells so good. Once I run out of this, I will definitely be picking up the big container. I love how this makes my skin feel, especially on days where I shave my legs and stuff. This keeps my legs from feeling super parched and dry. After shaving my legs, I almost always get like that rough crocodile skin, even if I use a regular body lotion, and this is just working great for me. In terms of skincare for my face, I've been loving this First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. Like I said, my skin is drying out now that the months are a little bit cooler, as I keep saying. Up until this week, really, I was continuing to use my moisturizer from the spring and summer, which is targeted towards combo oily skin, because my skin goes from one extreme to the other over the course of the year. I was trying to still use it, but it really wasn't giving me the hydration that I needed, and I was getting a lot of dry patches along my temples especially. So I broke this serum out of my skincare collection and have been falling back in love with it. It is does exactly what it says on the bottle. It's a hydrating serum. It replenishes, smooths, and softens the skin. This helps my dry patches so much. And I feel like there's a surprising amount of product in here. It says there is only 1 fluid ounce, but I've had this for over a year and have used it consistently. Not every single day, but often enough that I would have assumed I would be out of this. I say that and I'm probably going to run out tomorrow because there's no way for me to be able to tell how much product is left in here. It still feels pretty, heavy, but it's just a basic hydrating serum. If you have super dry skin, I'm not sure if this would be enough for you, but if your skin is like mine, where it's transitioning from being more oily to more normal dry, then incorporating this into your skincare routine might be just what you need. 2 more things to share with you. This is a little baby sample of Gucci Guilty. This is the Eau de Toilette, not the Eau de Parfum. I don't know what it is about this fragrance. I feel like Casey Holmes might have mentioned this in her Fall Essentials video or something like that, and I remembered that I had one of these little samples I had gotten with one of my Sephora orders. So I broke it out, and it definitely is a fall scent in my opinion. I find it to be a little more wearable for every day than my Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black. I'm going to pull up on my Sephora app what the notes are so that this is a little more helpful for you. So the notes are geranium, pink pepper, lilac, peach, amber, and patchouli, and its style is modern, electric, and romantic. I agree with all of that. You can definitely smell the florals. I find that the patchouli and the peach just kind of cut that down a little bit because I'm not a fan of overly floral scents. And then I'm definitely sensing the amber vibes, and I feel like that's what makes this more of a fall scent for me. Patchouli isn't usually one of my number 1 notes in a fragrance, but it is at the bottom of the list. I'm not sure if that makes it less of an ingredient than the geranium that was number 1. I'm not really sure how the Sephora app does that, if they list them in order, but I've just been really loving this. I've used quite a bit. I just put like a small touch on either wrist because I am home with the baby. I don't really need to wear perfume, but every once in a while I just want to feel a little less mom. If you know what I mean. If you have kids, I'm sure you know what I mean. Lastly, I have a nail polish to share with you. This is the OPI nail polish, and it's a Piazza cake. This was in their Rome collection last fall, I think. This is Ofra's Miami Fever liquid lipstick in nail polish form. It is such a great color for this time of year with Thanksgiving and stuff. It's very similar. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. It's very similar to the orange in that trio I was talking about earlier. This is just like my fall vibes this year. I don't know what it is, but I wore this on my fingers for quite a while, and then I was getting a little, not bored of it, but I have other fall polishes that I wanted to get some use out of. So I took it off and put it on my toes. I'm wearing pink right now, which I desperately need to redo. But October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I wanted to at least have 1 week of wearing pink nail polish. But this and a warm coppery shade have been what I've been switching back and forth with. So that's everything for my October favorites. Sorry for the scratchy voice. I seem to be losing it all of a sudden. I know I didn't have that much to share with you this month, but these are the products I've been reaching for again and again throughout the month. Even though they're not overly exciting, they are my true favorites. I feel like especially a lot of the big YouTubers, in my opinion, try something once, love it, and then all of a sudden it's in a favorites video. Or they tried something 2 days ago and it makes it into their favorites video. And I just feel like we've gotten a little far removed from what a favorites video is kind of supposed to be. It's what you're using all month long, consistently reaching for it. And then just because I have filmed this video, these don't go into my collection and are completely forgotten about from now on. I hope you guys kind of are picking up what I'm putting down, if you know what I mean. Enough rambling. That's all I have to share with you today. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on that upcoming giveaway, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!